Assalamu alaikum. This is Rizwana and third lecture of final account. Now, yesterday's lecture we have seen, or we can say last lecture we have seen the format of trading account, format of profit and loss account, and format of partners capital, as well as format of balance sheet. Now, the next point in a final account, or the next step in a final account, is adjustment. So students, what is adjustment? Adjustment means the transaction occurring after preparing the trial balance. Transaction occurring after preparing the trial balances. So that transaction is called an adjustment in final account, because we can't forget that transaction, because that transaction is done during the financial year. So we have to record that transaction in this final account. So that transaction itself is called adjustment. That transaction itself is called adjustment. As we know, we have one effect of trial balance item, but while we recording adjustment, we have to give two effect of each transaction. So remember students, trial balance effect is only one and adjustment effect is two. Remember this, trial balance items only one posting, and adjustment has two effect. In that very first adjustment is closing stock. What is closing stock? Closing stock means unsold goods lying in the store at the end of accounting year. That means the stock or the goods which is remain with business after doing the production activity, that stock is in the storeroom. That is called closing stock. We have to keep the stock for the further production activity in the next financial year, the next year. Okay, so what is the effect of this transaction? Everybody knows closing stock related to goods. So the first effect is in trading account credit side. Very first effect is trading account credit side, and second effect will be stock is an asset for the business, because next year when businessman wants to do the production activity, he has some stock. He don't want to purchase everything. He had some stock. He has to purchase a few material for the next year. That's why it's a stock for the businessman. So it's a asset for the businessman. So second effect will be in balance sheet asset side as closing stock. So entry for this, stock account debit, because stock account debit, stock is there. Stock account debit to trading account. And the two effect of this closing stock is, number one, credit side of trading account. Second, balance sheet asset side. Trading account credit side, balance sheet asset side. Closing stock effect, remember student, closing stock effect, trading account credit side, balance sheet asset side. That means we have to record credit side of trading account. And how to record? By closing stock. Or in balance sheet asset side, we have to record closing stock and the amount is in. And which amount is recorded? Because closing stock is valued market price as well as cost price. So which price we will consider as a closing stock? So remember, make a note like this. Always we have to consider closing stock market price or the cost price, whichever is low, whichever is less, whichever is minimum. So consider closing stock whichever is less in market price or the cost price. Understood everyone? The first adjustment is closing stock, and the effect of closing stock is trading account credit side, balance sheet asset side. And the note is closing stock is valued cost price or market price, whichever is less. We will move on second adjustment, that is outstanding expenses. Outstanding expenses is also called accrued expenses accrued expenses as well as unpaid expenses. As we heard, unpaid clears your doubt. That means expenses which not paid yet during the financial year. Some expenses not yet paid, that expenses is called outstanding expenses. The exact meaning of the outstanding expenses is those expenses which have been incurred and not yet paid. Expenses which have been incurred and not yet paid. So entry for this expenses are there, and we know all the expenses are debited. So expenses account debit to outstanding expense. Which expense is outstanding? Whether rent is outstanding, whether salary is outstanding, whether interest is outstanding. So which expense is outstanding we have to see, and we have to write that expense name that in that entry. And the effect of outstanding expenses, unpaid expenses, accrued expenses. Very first will be debit side of trading and profit and loss account, or we can say add to concern expenses of trading and profit and loss account debit side. Why I am saying trading and profit and loss? Because some expenses are recorded in trading, direct expenses are recorded in trading, and indirect expenses are recording in profit and loss account. If salary is outstanding, so we have to add in profit and loss. If wages is outstanding, so we have to record in trading account, because wages are recorded in trading account and salaries are recording in profit and loss account. So when salaries are outstanding, so we have to add in profit and loss account debit side to salary. But when wages are outstanding, so we have to record in trading account, and we have to add to wages in trading account. So to effect is, very first, add to concern expenses of trading and profit and loss account. Second effect, all outstanding expenses are shown in balance sheet liability side. On balance sheet liability side. On liability side of balance sheet, we have to record outstanding expenses, unpaid expenses, and we have to write down the name of expenses. Understood everyone? Again I am repeating the effect. First one, add to concern expenses of trading and profit and loss account. Second effect, liability side of balance sheet. Or we can say balance sheet liability side. The third adjustment is prepaid expenses. That means expenses paid in advance. Those expenses which have been paid in advance, that is whose benefit will be available in future, is called prepaid expenses. Whose benefit will be available in future means, suppose we have to pay a rent, but a businessman has enough capital, so he is in a position to pay the rent for 2 years. So he might pay the rent for 2 years. That means this current commencement year और नेक्स्ट ईयर, और उसने नेक्स्ट ईयर के लिए भी पे किया है. बट सो जो नेक्स्ट ईयर का रेंट पे किया है, दैट रेंट इज़ अ बेनिफिट for next year. He is not going to pay any rent to anyone, so that is a benefit for the businessman. So it's called prepaid expenses. next year का कोई भी एडजस्टमेंट करंट ईयर में किया जा रहा है तो उसे क्या कहेंगे, प्रीपेड एक्सपेंसेस, यानी एडवांस में उसने एक्सपेंसेस पे कर दिया है, दैट इज प्रीपेड एक्सपेंसेस. So prepaid expenses means those expenses which have been paid in advance and the benefit of that will be available in future is called prepaid expenses. Now the entry for this, prepaid expenses account debit. प्रीपेड एक्सपेंसेस अकाउंट डेबिट, जो एक्सपेंस प्रीपेड किया है उसको डेबिट करना है. सपोज रेंट इज पेड इन एडवांस, सो रेंट अकाउंट डेबिट. 2, अब क्या है ये एक्सपेंस है, सो एक्सपेंस अकाउंट, कौन सा एक्सपेंस एडवांस पे किया है, रेंट. सो आवर एंट्री विल बी prepaid rent account debit to rent account, prepaid rent account debit to rent account. And the two effect of this adjustment is number one, अब एडवांस में पे किया है तो क्या ये करंट ईयर का एडजस्टमेंट है? नहीं. दिस करंट ईयर एडजस्टमेंट? नो. सो वी हैव टू लेस एनी prepaid expenses anywhere, whether in final account or in NPO, any prepaid that we have to less, क्योंकि प्रीपेड हमने नेक्स्ट ईयर का किया है तो इसमें करंट ईयर में इसका कोई काम नहीं है. सो कोई भी प्रीपेड होगा हमको उसको क्या करना है? लेस करना है. सो एनी प्रीपेड, रिमेंबर, प्रीपेड लेस आउटस्टैंडिंग ऐड, प्रीपेड लेस आउटस्टैंडिंग ऐड. सो फर्स्ट इफेक्ट ऑफ प्रीपेड एक्सपेंसेस इज लेस फ्रॉम कंसर्न एक्सपेंसेस, लेस फ्रॉम कंसर्न एक्सपेंसेस. जो एक्सपेंस प्रीपेड किया है, जैसे एडवर्टाइजमेंट भरा है तो एडवर्टाइजमेंट से लेस करेंगे, इंश्योरेंस भरा है तो इंश्योरेंस में से लेस होगा, सैलरी किया है तो सैलरी में से रेंट लेस होगा, रेंट प्रीपेड किया तो रेंट में से लेस होगा. सो लेस फ्रॉम कंसर्न एक्सपेंसेस फ्रॉम प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट, फ्रॉम प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट. सेकेंड इफेक्ट, अब एडवांस में भरा है तो हमारे लिए क्या हो गया? ये एडवांस नेक्स्ट ईयर का क्या बन गया? असेट बन गया. सो वी हैव टू शो इन बैलेंस शीट असेट साइड, इन बैलेंस शीट असेट साइड, बैलेंस शीट on which side? Asset side. Balance sheet on which side? Asset side. So first effect of prepaid expenses, less from concern expenses, profit and loss account, debit side. Less from concern expenses of profit and loss account, debit side. Second effect, balance sheet asset side, balance sheet asset side. Now, like expenses, we have outstanding income as well as income received in advance. Outstanding income is also known as accrued income, income receivable. So what is income receivable? The income which has been earned but not received during the accounting year is called accrued income or income receivable. And what do you mean by this? Income earned. That means you will get, suppose a business हैज़ सम प्रॉपर्टी, बिजनेस के पास एक प्रॉपर्टी है, वो प्रॉपर्टी उन्होंने किसी को रेंट पे दिया है. दैट मीन्स यू विल बी रिसीविंग रेंट फॉर द फुल ईयर, बट ये पूरा साल आपको रेंट मिलने वाला था, लेकिन जो पार्टी को तुमने रेंट दिया था उस लैंडलॉर्ड ने आपको रेंट दिया नहीं है. ये साल आपको रेंट मिलना था लेकिन मिला नहीं है. इनकम अर्न ड्यूरिंग द ईयर बट नॉट रिसीव, सो दैट रेंट इज कॉल्ड outstanding rent or receivable rent, rent receivable or income receivable. How to record this transaction in final account? So entry for this is, what is receivable? Income receivable, income receivable. So journal entry for this is accrued income or the income receivable account debit, income receivable account debit to income account, income receivable account debit to. From this example, the rent landlord example, land example just I have gave you. So in that, which income is receivable? Rent is receivable. So we have to record that entry, rent receivable account debit to rent account, rent receivable account debit to rent account. And the two effect of receivable rent is, number one, add to credit. आउटस्टैंडिंग है, रिसीवेबल है, और मैंने आप लोग को कहा है आउटस्टैंडिंग होगा तो हमें क्या करना है? ऐड. सो ऐड टू कंसर्न इनकम प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट क्रेडिट साइड, ऐड टू कंसर्न इनकम प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट क्रेडिट साइड. सेकेंड इफेक्ट, अब ये क्या है हमारे लिए? असेट हो गई, क्योंकि नेक्स्ट ईयर जो हमको क्या होगा, सिर्फ वो अगले साल की रेंट देगा क्या? नहीं, जो रेंट बाकी थी वो भी, और अभी जो अगले साल की हमको रेंट मिलने वाली है वो भी. तो हमारे लिए वो क्या बन गई? असेट बन गई. सो वो कहाँ जाएगा? बैलेंस शीट असेट साइड, बैलेंस शीट असेट साइड. वी विल शो इनकम रिसीवेबल और द रेंट रिसीवेबल in balance sheet. Which side? On asset side. Understood everyone? Effect of income receivable or the outstanding income, accrued income. Very first effect, add to concern income profit and loss account credit side. Second effect, balance sheet asset side. Second effect, balance sheet asset side. Now the next adjustment is on unearned income, that is income received but not earned, income received in advance. We can say pre-received income, income received in advance. Adjustment number 5, pre-received income or income received in advance. What is income received in advance? Income received but not earned during the accounting year is called income received in advance. जो इनकम रिसीव हो गई है, मिल गई है, जो पैसा आपको मिल गया है बट लेकिन करंट ईयर का नहीं है, नेक्स्ट ईयर का है और वो अभी आपको पैसा मिल चुका है, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड इनकम रिसीव्ड इन एडवांस. अकाउंटिंग एंट्री, इनकम अकाउंट डेबिट. सपोज अ लैंडलॉर्ड हैज़ पेड अ रेंट फॉर 2 years. आपको आपका एक प्रॉपर्टी थी, आपकी एक प्रॉपर्टी थी जो आपने रेंट पे दिया था और उसका रेंट लैंडलॉर्ड ने आपको 2 साल के लिए पे कर दिया है. दैट मीन्स करंट ईयर और कमिंग ईयर का. तो कमिंग ईयर का जो रेंट हुआ है वो रेंट आपका है इनकम रिसीव्ड इन एडवांस. सो आपकी एंट्री क्या होगी? इनकम अकाउंट डेबिट टू इनकम रिसीव्ड इन एडवांस. कौन सी इनकम मिली आपको? रेंट मिला, तो रेंट अकाउंट डेबिट टू इनकम अकाउंट, रेंट अकाउंट डेबिट टू रेंट रिसीव्ड इन एडवांस अकाउंट. सो टू इफेक्ट ऑफ प्री रिसीव्ड इनकम. प्री रिसीव्ड मतलब करंट ईयर का एडजस्टमेंट नहीं है, नेक्स्ट ईयर का एडजस्टमेंट है, तो हम क्या करेंगे? लेस करेंगे. सो फर्स्ट इफेक्ट, लेस फ्रॉम कंसर्न इनकम ऑन क्रेडिट साइड ऑफ प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट. लेस फ्रॉम कंसर्न इनकम इन क्रेडिट साइड ऑफ प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट. दैट मीन्स लेस करना है हम लोग को कंसर्न इनकम से, और इनकम कहाँ होती है? प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट क्रेडिट साइड. सेकेंड इफेक्ट, अब ये हमारा इनकम है, सो इट विल बी शोन इन बैलेंस शीट लाइबिलिटी साइड एज income received in advance. Income received in advance, and where we have to show balance sheet liability side. Balance sheet liability side. Two effects of pre-received income. Number 1, less from concern income. Less from concern income, profit and loss account credit side. Second effect, balance sheet liability side. Second effect, balance sheet liability side. Next adjustment, that is bad debts. What is bad debts? Bad debts means amount which not recoverable from sundry debtors. That is called bad debts. और we can say जो पैसा हम लोगों को sundry debtors से मिलना था, लेकिन अब debtors क्या हो गए? insolvent हो गए. उन debtors are not in a position to pay the debts. So that amount is called bad debts. और हमको पता है कि वो रिकवर्ड नहीं होने वाले हैं, सो उसे क्या कहेंगे हम लोग? बैड डेब्ट्स. बैड डेब्ट्स इज टाइप ऑफ लॉस दैट वी हैव टू रिकॉर्ड. हमको रिकॉर्ड करना है. कहाँ रिकॉर्ड करना है? सो इन ऑल बैड डेब्ट्स. एंड वेर इज ऑल बैड डेब्ट्स? इट्स अ फाइनेंशियल एक्सपेंस. सो ऑल बैड डेब्ट्स विल बी इन प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट डेबिट साइड. एंड वी नो bad debts always reduces debtors amount. Bad debts always reduces debtors amount. So second effect will be in balance sheet asset side. What will be entry for this? Entry for new bad debts is bad debts account debit to sundry debtors account. Bad debts account debit to sundry debtors account. Now two effect of bad debts is, very first, add to all bad debts. Add to all bad debts. And where is all bad debts? All bad debts will be in profit and loss account debit side. Second effect, and as we know, bad debts reduces debtors amount. So where is sundry debtors? Balance sheet asset side. So second effect will be in balance sheet asset side. And what we have to do? We have to deduct amount from sundry debtor. First effect, add to all bad debts, profit and loss account debit side. Second effect, less from sundry debtor, balance sheet asset side. Next adjustment, that is seventh adjustment, provision for doubtful debts. Provision for doubtful debts or reserve for doubtful debts. That is new RDD. New RDD, that why we are creating a provision? We have some assumption, or we can say we have some provision. We are creating some provision to cover any possible loss on account. As we know, one of the creditors has some credit worthiness problem in a market, and we know about that. We are sure that from that person we are going to receive some less amount. So that is a provision. We are creating a provision to prevent some loss or to cover some loss is called provision for new RDD, or the reserve for doubtful debts. Entry for provision for provision for doubtful debts is profit and loss account debit to provision for doubtful debts. Profit and loss account debit to provision for doubtful debts. Now, effects of the provision for doubtful debts or the reserve for doubtful debts. Number one, add to all bad debts profit and loss account debit side. Add to all bad debts profit and loss account debit side. Second effect, again provision for doubtful debts reduces debtors amount. So second effect, less from sundry debtor balance sheet asset side. Again I am repeating, first effect, add to all bad debts profit and loss account debit side. Second, deduct from sundry debtor in balance sheet asset side. One more thing, we have some formula of the bad debts. Very first, we know in profit and loss account debit side we have to record two bad debts, that is all bad debts which will be appearing in trial balance. So we have to record two bad debts in that. After that, add new bad debts, then add new RDD. After leaving one line, we have to write less old RDD. Where is old RDD appear? Old RDD will appear always in trial balance credit side. Now, in balance sheet asset side, we have some other formula. Debtors, very first we have to record debtor amount. Then we have to reduce less new bad debts, less new RDD. Okay, so remember this formula while we are posting bad debts from trial balance. At that time we have to write the formula: two bad debts, add new bad debts, add new RDD, leave one line, less old RDD. Okay, remember this. Our next adjustment is reserve for discount on debtor. Discount means any allowances given to a debtor or a customer to pay the debt, to pay the amount. Allowances, that means कोई छूट दी जाती है किसी कस्टमर को, that's called discount. As we have learned in 11th standard, there are two types of discount: cash discount and trade discount. As we know, trade discount is not recorded in books of accounts, only the cash discount is recorded in the books of accounts. So when we are giving a cash discount to a debtor, that for prompt payment, why the businessman is giving discount for prompt payment? For prompt receiving amount. That means if he needs amount or he want to make a credit, he want to make a good relation with the customer, so he is giving a businessman is giving the discount to a debtor. So that's why the cash discount is given to a debtor. But why this provision is to be making on discount on debtor? Provision, wherever the word provision comes, so that means it's creating or preventing some risk of loss. That's why provision is created to cover any possible loss on discount on debtor. That's why businessman is creating a provision against the debtor while we are giving the discount on debtor. That is called provision for discount on debtor. Entry for provision for discount on debtor will be provision for discount on debtors account debit, provision for discount account debit to sundry debtors account, or we can say discount account debit to sundry debtors account, discount account debit to sundry debtors account. While we are making provision, so provision is a liability. Provision क्या कर रहे हैं हम? liability बना रहे हैं. So liability always reduces from the expenses or the assets. So effects of to provision or discount on debtor, very first we have to add provision, profit and loss account debit side to discount allowed. Discount allowed will appear in profit and loss account debit side. So in that we have to add discount on debtors. Discount on debtors. Second effect will be in balance sheet asset side, less from sundry debtors. Less from sundry debtors. Again I am repeating two effect. Profit, very first effect is add to discount allowed profit and loss account debit side. Add to discount allowed profit and loss account debit side. Second effect, less from sundry debtors balance sheet asset side. Less from sundry debtors balance sheet asset side. Remember one thing, whenever in your quotient bad debts, new RDD and discount on debtor is there. So very first we have to do the adjustment of new bad debts. After deducting bad debts amount, whatever will be the net amount, on that net amount we have to calculate RDD. After calculating the net amount, after calculating the RDD's amount, whatever will be the net amount of sundry debtor, on that amount we have to calculate discount on debtor. Calculate discount on debtor. Okay. Next adjustment is, that is ninth adjustment, depreciation on fixed asset. Depreciation, we have did whole chapter in 11th standard. Meaning of depreciation, definition of depreciation, all we know. And what is depreciation? Again I am repeating the meaning. Slowly or gradually decrease in the value of asset. Slowly or gradually decrease in the value of asset, or we can say the wear and tear of asset is called depreciation. So depreciation reduces the value of asset. Reduces the value of asset, that means asset value goes on decreasing. तो asset में से क्या करना है, माइनस करना है. तो हमारे दिमाग में आइडिया आ गया. एंड depreciation is a loss. हमारा क्या है, लॉस है. और लॉस विल बी अपीयर इन विच अकाउंट, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट डेबिट साइड. Entry for depreciation is, we know when we charge depreciation at the end of the financial year, every year we have to charge depreciation on fixed asset, and while we are charging depreciation, so entry is depreciation account debit to sundry assets account. Depreciation account debit to sundry assets account. So two effect of depreciation is, number one, less from concern asset. Less from concern asset balance sheet asset side. Less from concern asset balance sheet asset side. Second effect, profit and loss account debit side. Profit and loss account debit side. Again I am repeating two effect of depreciation. Less from concern asset. Concern asset, why I am calling concern asset? If depreciation on building, so we have to reduce from building. If depreciation on plant and machinery, so we have to reduce from plant and machinery only. If depreciation on sports motor van, so we have to deduct from motor van only. So on which asset we have depreciation, on that we have to reduce, from that we have to reduce the depreciation amount, and we have to write that depreciation amount in profit and loss account debit side. In profit and loss account debit side. Two effect of depreciation. Number one, less from concern asset balance sheet asset side. Less from concern asset balance sheet asset side. Second effect, profit and loss account debit side. Next, our next adjustment is interest. Interest on capital. Very first, interest on capital. Interest on capital means what? As businessman is invested amount or contributed amount in business, so that amount is called capital. We know that. But business are giving interest on capital because if business wants a good profit, so business has to give some interest on that capital amount. So that's why, to increase the profitability of the business has given some rate of interest on capital amount. So what will be entry for this? Interest on capital account debit to capital account. Interest on capital account debit to capital account. And that interest is a income for the partners or the member who contributed the capital. That interest is a income for the partners who contributed the capital in a business. Okay. Two effect of interest on capital. business is giving the interest. Business is giving the interest. So for business, it is an loss. It is an expense. So we have to record profit and loss account debit side. And for partners, it's a income. For partners, it's a income. So we have to record in partners capital account credit side. Partners capital account credit side. So two effect of the interest on capital. Very first is profit and loss account debit side. Profit and loss account debit side. Second effect partners capital account credit side. Partners capital account or current account credit side. If in case of fixed capital method, so we have to open a partner's current account, or in that we have to write interest on capital credit side of current account. Okay, remember two effect. Very first, profit and loss account debit side. Second effect, partners capital account or current account credit side. First effect, profit and loss account debit side. Second effect, partners capital account or current account credit side. On which amount we will calculate the interest? On capital amount. Capital amount, whichever with the rate of interest of, we have to suppose the capital amount of partner is 50,000. So we have to calculate the interest on capital on 50,000 only, whichever rate is prescribed in the question. Okay, understood everyone? Next, in that also we have another adjustment related to interest, that is interest on drawing. Interest on drawing. Everybody knows what do you mean by drawing. Drawing means any amount which withdrawn by the businessman for the personal use from the business. So drawing and we know that drawing always reduces the capital amount. Drawing always reduces the capital amount. So that for that, partner has to pay interest for business. Partner has to pay interest for business, or the businessman has to pay interest for business, because he is withdrawing the amount from the business for the personal use. And the rate on interest on drawing is prescribed in the partnership deed. So on that rate we have to a businessman has to pay the interest for a business, right? 3-4 interest on drawing is drawings account debit to interest on drawing account. Drawings account debit to interest on drawing account. And where is drawing recorded? Drawings are recorded in partners capital account or partners current account debit side. In which case we have to prepare a partner's current account. Everybody knows now in fixed capital method we have to prepare partner's current account. In fixed capital method we have to prepare a partner's capital account, and from where we have to record a drawings amount. So drawings amount will be appearing in trial balance only. So from trial balance we have to put the drawings amount in partners current account as well as in partners capital account. So on that amount we have to calculate interest on drawing, and after calculating interest on drawing, it will be recorded in profit and loss account credit side. And second effect will be in partners current account or capital account debit side. Partners current account or capital account debit side. So two effects of interest on drawing. Very first, profit and loss account credit side. Second effect, partners capital account or current account. Partners capital account or current account debit side. Partners capital account or current account debit side. In that we have one more adjustment related to interest, that is interest on loan. What do you mean by interest on loan? Loan amount, everybody knows loan is a liability. And liability anyhow businessman has to pay. Okay, suppose a business need a finance. So for that purpose, business has taken some loan from some institution. So institution is giving the amount for free of cost? No. He or she will be charging what? The institution will charging what? Interest. Some rate of interest decided amongst the conversation between them. So every year or every month businessman has to pay interest to that institution on the loan amount. So whatever will be the loan amount, on that loan amount we have to calculate interest on the loan. Business is giving the interest, so for business it is an loss or it is an expense, and it increases what, our loan amount, because while we are paying the loan and we have to pay interest. We are taking the loan of rupees 1 lakh, and every month we have to pay interest on 1 lakh, 10% interest 1000. So for a year it will be 12,000 for a year. Okay, so on 1 lakh we have to pay extra 12,000. That means our loan amount increases every month while we are paying interest. Okay, understood? So interest on loan entry will be profit and loss account debit to interest on loan account. Profit and loss account debit to interest on loan account, or we can say interest account debit to loan account. Interest account debit to loan account. Two effect of interest on loan. Very first, profit and loss account debit side add to interest. Profit and loss account debit side add to interest. Second effect, balance sheet liability side add to capital. If interest is not there in profit and loss account, so we have to record two interest on loan in profit and loss account debit side. So two effect of interest on loan. Very first is profit and loss account debit side. If interest is there, so we have to add in that. If interest is not there, so we have to record two interest on loan. Second effect, balance sheet liability side add to loan amount. Balance sheet liability side add to loan amount. These are the three adjustments related to interest. Very first, interest on capital, interest on drawing, interest on loan. Understood everyone? Next adjustment is interest on investment. Investment means a fund or the amount which is invested, which is contributed in another institution, in another organization for getting some reward. And that means हमने अपना पैसा कहीं और इंस्टीट्यूशन में क्या किया है, इन्वेस्ट किया है, लगाया है. तो क्या हम फ्री में पैसा लगाएंगे क्या? नो, वी वांट सम गुड रिटर्न्स फ्रॉम दैट कंपनी, फ्रॉम दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, फ्रॉम that institution. So for getting the reward, for taking the reward on that amount, we are getting some rate of interest every year. See, so we are getting income from the particular institution where we are invested amount. So that interest is an income for the business. So when we are getting the income, and incomes are recorded in which side? Profit and loss account, credit side, everybody knows. And we are getting the interest on which amount? Investment amount. So investment amount is increasing. So the two effect of the interest on investment is, very first, profit and loss account credit side. If interest is there, so we have to add into that amount, or if interest is not there, interest received is not there, so we have to record interest on investment. Second effect will be in balance sheet asset side add to investment, because it increases our investment amount. Okay, so two effect of interest on investment is, very first, profit and loss account credit side, and where we have to record, if interest received is there, so we have to add in that amount. If interest received is not there, we have to record just as interest on investment. Okay, second effect will be in balance sheet asset side. We have to record in balance sheet asset side add to investment. Everybody knows now. Again I am repeating. First effect, profit and loss account credit side. Second effect, add to investment, balance sheet asset side. Profit and loss account credit side, add to investment, balance sheet asset side. Next adjustment is, that is 12th adjustment, goods lost by fire. Goods or the stock lost by fire. Lost by fire means we are kept a stock in a storeroom and suddenly a fire taken place, that is a loss. So goods lost by fire. In that case, we have two sub adjustment. In that, two sub adjustment are unrelated to this adjustment. Very first, when goods are lost fully. Second, or we can say insured goods are lost. इंश्योर्ड गुड्स मतलब जो स्टोर रूम में गुड्स रखे गए थे उसको क्या किया गया था, हमने इंश्योरेंस किया था. बट ऐसे भी कुछ गुड्स होते हैं जो कंपनी ने इंश्योरेंस नहीं करवाया. सो इस एडजस्टमेंट में दो एडजस्टमेंट है. नंबर 1 इंश्योर्ड गुड्स लॉस बाय फायर. नंबर 2 अनइंश्योर्ड गुड्स लॉस बाय फायर. पहले हम इंश्योर्ड गुड्स की बात करेंगे. इंश्योर्ड गुड्स मतलब ऐसे गुड्स जिसको इंश्योरेंस करवाया गया था, जिसका प्रीमियम हम भरते थे. अब इंश्योरेंस करवाया गया था और कुछ एक्सीडेंट हो गया, कुछ इंसिडेंट हो गया, तो कौन इसके लिए हम क्या करेंगे, इंश्योरेंस कंपनी में इन्फॉर्म करेंगे. सो इंश्योरेंस कंपनी विल कम एंड सी the conditions, how much goods are damaged, how much percentages are damaged. So everything will be the procedure of the insurance company. So and we are paying the premium also for that. Okay, for when insured goods are lost by fire, so in that case we have three effects. This is only one adjustment in final account which has three effects. Number 1, what happened, goods are lost. हमारे पास से गुड्स पूरा के पूरा क्या हो गया, चला गया, ख़राब हो गया, नुकसान हो गया. ठीक है. सो फर्स्ट इफेक्ट, and we know goods related items are recorded in which side, in which account, trading account. So very first effect is trading account credit side, trading account credit side, and we have to record a full amount of goods. Full amounts of goods. Suppose if goods are lost by goods of rupees 10,000 are lost, so we have to record 10,000 trading account credit side. But we have taken a policy. According to policy, insurance company will come and see the situation, come and see how much goods are damaged, and he will pass a claim. So insurance company can't give a full claim. The company will give only 50%, 60%, 75%, whichever percentage is written in your policy. ठीक है. So that suppose insurance company is giving a claim of rupees 8,000. Claim of rupees 8,000. Your goods are lost of rupees 10,000, but insurance company are giving the claim of rupees 8,000 only. Okay. So that claim you are getting as a reward. So we will record that claim in balance sheet asset side as insurance claim. Second effect will be in balance sheet asset side as insurance claim. Okay. See, the goods are lost for rupees 10,000. Insurance company are giving the claim of rupees 8,000. So what about 2,000? Remaining 2,000 will be lost for the business. Remaining 2,000 will be lost for the business. That 2,000 will appear in profit and loss account debit side. Profit and loss account debit side as loss by fire. As loss by fire. Again I am repeating the three effects of insured goods lost by fire. Number 1, trading account credit side, we have to record full amount. Number 2, balance sheet asset side, insurance claim amount. Number 3, profit and loss account debit side, actual loss. Understood everyone? Now in that we have the second sub adjustment of goods lost by fire, that is uninsured goods. इंश्योरेंस ऐसे गुड्स जिसको इंश्योरेंस नहीं करवाया है और क्या हो गई, गोडाउन में आग लग गई या एक्सीडेंट हो गया, कुछ समझ लो गुड्स हमारा चल गया पूरा, तो क्या इंश्योरेंस कंपनी हमको कुछ पे करेगी? नहीं, बिकॉज हमने इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी नहीं किया था उस गुड्स की. सो हमारा पूरा के पूरा क्या हो गया, नुकसान हो गया. सो इन दैट केस वी हैव टू एंट्री. नंबर 1, ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट क्रेडिट साइड, बिकॉज हमारा पूरा गुड्स चला गया. ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट क्रेडिट साइड और पूरा के पूरा हमारा एक्चुअल लॉस है. सो दैट लॉस विल बी रिकॉर्डेड इन प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट डेबिट साइड. Two effects of uninsured goods lost by fire. Number 1, trading account credit side. Number 1, trading account credit side. Number 2, profit and loss account debit side. Number 2, profit and loss account debit side. Next 13 adjustment is goods stolen by theft. ठीक है, goods stolen by theft. गुड्स स्टोलन चोरी हो गया, गुड्स स्टोलन चोरी हो गया, तो क्या हुआ, नुकसान हुआ कि फ़ायदा हुआ, नुकसान ना, हमारे पास से गुड्स चोरी हो गया। सो हमारे लिए एंट्री क्या होगी, ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट से गुड्स जा रहा है और हमारा क्या हो गया, नुकसान हो गया, स्टोलन हो गया, तो लॉस बाय स्टोलन अकाउंट डेबिट टू ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट, लॉस बाय स्टोलन अकाउंट डेबिट टू ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट, गुड्स गोज। सो वेरी फर्स्ट इफेक्ट ऑफ गुड्स स्टोलन बाय थेफ्ट इज trading account credit side. Second effect will be in profit and loss account debit side. And what we have to record, trading account credit side we have to record buy goods stolen by theft, and profit and loss account debit side we have to record to loss by theft, to loss by theft. Very first effect in trading account credit side we have to record buy goods stolen by theft. Second, profit and loss account debit side we have to record to loss by theft. Next adjustment, that is 14th one, goods distributed as free sample. Goods distributed as free sample. What do you mean by free sample? And free sample मतलब ऐसे गुड्स जो हमने क्या किया है, सैंपल के तौर पर कस्टमर को प्रोवाइड किए हैं। अब ये क्यों करेंगे, हम सैंपल क्यों करेंगे, ऐसी बिजनेस के पास ज़्यादा स्टॉक हो गए तो इसलिए हम लोगों ने ये सैंपल के तौर पे, नो, वाई द बिजनेसमैन इज गिविंग द गुड्स एज अ फ्री सैंपल फॉर प्रमोटिंग देयर गुड्स, फॉर एडवर्टाइजिंग देयर गुड्स, दैट्स वाई बिजनेसमैन इज गिविंग अ फ्री सैंपल फॉर टेस्टिंग, फॉर इंक्रीजिंग द सेल। ठीक है, सो नेक्स्ट एडजस्टमेंट इज गुड्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड एज फ्री सैंपल। फ्री सैंपल जस्ट मैंने भी बताया, फ्री सैंपल क्यों किया जाता है, एडवर्टीजमेंट के लिए। तो एडवर्टीजमेंट हमारा प्रॉफिट है, एडवर्टीजमेंट इज डेफर्ड रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंस, दैट मीन्स इट विल गिव बेनिफिट, बट आफ्टर 2-3 years, after 2-3 years or after 2 years we will get the benefit of this advertisement, after 1 year we will get the benefit of this advertisement, but businessman is paying for that, yes or no? So for that business has paying for advertisement, paying for free, business are giving a free sample, but for making that goods business requires some expenses, so it's called expenses, it's a loss for the business. ठीक है, now what is going out from the business, goods, एक्चुअली क्या जा रहा है हमारे पास से, गुड्स जा रहा है ना, तो गुड्स जा रहा है तो हम कहाँ लिखेंगे, ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट के क्रेडिट साइड में। नाउ द इफेक्ट, और फर्स्ट वी हैव टू से एंट्री फॉर दिस वी हैव टू रिकॉर्ड गुड्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड एज फ्री सैंपल अकाउंट डेबिट टू ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट। ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट क्यों लिखा हमने, क्योंकि गुड्स जा रहा है हमारे पास से, और गुड्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड एज फ्री सैंपल या फ्री सैंपल्स अकाउंट डेबिट टू trading account, free sample account debit to trading account. And the two effects of this adjustment is, number 1, trading account credit side. How to write in trading account credit side? Buy goods distributed as free sample. Buy goods distributed as free sample. Second effect, profit and loss account debit side. Add to advertisement if advertisement is there. Add to advertisement if advertisement is there. Or if advertisement is not there, so we have to record profit and loss account debit side just as an advertisement. Okay, again I am repeating effect of good distributed as free sample. Number 1, trading account credit side, and we have to record like buy good distributed as free sample. Second effect, profit and loss account debit side. If advertisement is there in trial balance, so we have to add in advertisement, but if advertisement is not there, so we have to record 2 advertisement in profit and loss account debit side. This is 14th adjustment. Now 15th adjustment is goods taken for personal use. Goods taken for personal use. Goods taken for personal use, कुछ याद आ रहा है? Yes, drawing. Goods taken for personal use. Any amount, any goods which is withdrawn by the businessman for the personal use. Personal use जब आ जाता है तो हम लोग को कौन सा वर्ड क्लिक होना चाहिए? Drawing. Personal use जब आता है तो क्या क्लिक होना चाहिए? Drawing. That means यहाँ से बिजनेस से गुड्स लेकर जा रहा है बिजनेसमैन, किसके लिए? अपने घर के यूज़ के लिए, तो क्या है? ड्रॉइंग। और बिजनेस से क्या जा रहा है? गुड्स। तो एंट्री क्या होगी? ड्रॉइंग्स अकाउंट डेबिट टू व्हाट? Trading account. Drawings account debit to trading account. Drawings account debit to trading account. So entry for this is फर्स्ट गुड्स जा रहा है तो हमारा पहला इफेक्ट एंट्री हमने बताया क्या, ड्राइंग्स अकाउंट डेबिट टू गुड्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड गुड्स टेकन फॉर पर्सनल यूज. अब इफेक्ट ऑफ दिस ट्रांजेक्शन, इफेक्ट ऑफ दिस एडजस्टमेंट, गुड्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड गुड्स टेकन फॉर पर्सनल यूज, गुड्स taken for personal use. Number one effect, trading account credit side, trading account credit side. And what we have to write in trading account credit side? Buy goods taken for personal use, buy goods taken for personal use. Second effect will be in partners capital account or current account, partners capital account or current account debit side 2 drawings, partners capital account or current account debit side 2 drawings. Again I am repeating the effect of goods taken for personal use. Number 1, trading account credit side. Number 2, partners capital account or current account debit side. These are the 15 adjustments. Just today we have seen 15 adjustment, remaining 12 to 13 adjustments are there. So we have to see in the next lecture or next video. So please remember this 15 adjustment. Go through this 15 adjustment, make a notes of this 15 adjustment, recall this adjustment again and again, see the format of trading account, format of profit and loss account, format of balance sheet, make a note of this and give me assignment or prepare a note while we start college. So I will check how many students have done this. So please do this and giving me reply or comment on Google Classroom, comment on lecture if any student having any doubt related to this adjustments of any question. So you can contact me on WhatsApp personally or call me. But do the study at home, stay at home, safe at home, don't roam here and there without any crucial need. So stay at home and fight against the coronavirus. Remember this, study is a part of life changing. So do it yourself. Nobody will force you to study. Make a habit of studying at least 2 hours in a day. So please do it and achieve your success, your goal. Best of luck. Thank you.